It has finally happened. At Gamescom 2016, Konami has announced a new installment of the Metal Gear franchise, Survive, effectively starting in earnest the post-Hideo Kojima era at the embattled company. Obviously, as the IP holder of Metal Gear, they have the right to do this, but that doesn't mean this announcement doesn't pose a few questions all the same. The biggest elephant in the room, though surely not the only one, is the simple fact that this game is being made at all. For the last couple years, Konami's behave has been just fuck, and only makes any kind of sense in the context of a company plotting its exit from the game industry so that it might focus its energies and finances on pachislot development. If that isn't the case, then why alienate gaming minds like Kojima, Koji Igarashi, and Akira Sakuma? Under no circumstance are you making your family of game development studios better by subtracting that level of talent. Is this a simple case of gross mismanagement or seller's remorse? Could it be that Konami tested the waters of the pachislot industry only to find themselves under fire right away by the same inhospitable conditions that precipitated SNK's sale, restoration, and full-scale return to gaming? Even if an SNK-style revival is little more than a pipe dream, some belated sanity on the part of Konami would surely be a good sign. Recent missteps notwithstanding, Konami is still the steward of some of gaming's most storied franchises, ranging from Contra and Gradius all the way up to Suikoden and Goemon, to say nothing of other acquisitions like Hudson Soft's historic library. Toward the end of 2014, a series of very credible rumors, collectively known as the Verendus rumors, some of which have already come to pass, were posted on NeoGAF. Among them was the prospect of a Suikoden 6. Given the Hideo Kojima debacle, it wasn't hard to piece together the likely fate of that particular project, and it stands to be the biggest loss of this whole mess. But what if it isn't lost at all? If the game had just gone into development as Verendus had suggested, it stands to reason that the project is still likely on file somewhere within Konami's offices, conveniently available for any developer who needs a head start on making the company relevant again. Just a little something to think about for the months ahead. More immediately pressing is the question of whether or not Metal Gear Survive will actually be any good. The unflinching truth is that Konami has burned so many bridges and alienated so much talent in recent months and years that the ranks must be incredibly thin at the moment, but a pressing need to bring in a wave of new blood hardly guarantees a subpar effort. The newest generation of developers already coming up in the industry, such as the ones that the aforementioned SNK hired on to round out the modern version of R&D1, and the ones Sega brought in to form the current iteration of Sonic Team, are those who grew up on classic franchises just like Metal Gear, absolutely must understand the opportunity to quickly make their own names for themselves, and may be even more worthy to resume long-running franchises than their own creators. Say what you will about the goofy theme of Metal Gear Survive, it's no more bizarre than things Kojima himself has laid on us over the years, and the co-op branch of the stealth action genre is still fertile ground for new ideas when compared to its more thoroughly explored single-player and competitive counterparts. Add in the fact that the game is Metal Gear Solid 5 based, and therefore went into development with the assets and core gameplay already finished, and you have a studio of young developers who can apply all of their energies on coming up with an effective concept and making it work on an already existing foundation. More to the point, I would even go as far as to suggest that the future of Metal Gear, minus Kojima's trademark pretentiousness, could be quite bright if recent events have inspired Konami to get some religion on the matter of developer relations. In the end, this isn't even about a one-off co-op mod of Metal Gear Solid 5. If all goes well, we could be witnessing the start of one of 2017's big game industry stories, Konami starting over from scratch and somehow making it work. All the best of luck to Survive's team. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back again soon.